Hello twin flames, thank you for being here, for liking, subscribing and all the amazing comments and feedback you leave me. It means the world, as you know, and if you are new to the channel, welcome, subscribe, join our family because we're here for you every day. And today I'm really going to be here for you today because it's Monday and I'm going to do some real focused reading. So I'm going to try and bang out quite a few readings today covering all aspects of the journey. So there's going to be a video for you if you're in separation, if you're in union, if you're same-sex twin flames, you know, whatever you're going through right now, if you're in communication, I'm going to try and get a video done where we focus on what's going on. So look out for those later. I am also doing very focused members readings right now, which are interactive. So if you are a member, you have the chance to actually inspire the day's reading. And I do give you a little bit of a reading too if you get chosen on the day. So that's really exciting right now. And if you are interested in finding out more about membership, then just follow the link in the description box below. I want to give a big shout out today to our amazing soul sister, Cheryl Riveria. She's sent me a beautiful new deck and she's got a channel, Sensual Healing. And if you go back to the community post a few days ago, I actually shared a video that she created. It's really beautiful energy. So the thing I love about this deck, and I've only just received this, so it's come in perfect time to do these readings today. She actually leaves 3 cards blank that you can custom make for yourself. So we've got her beautiful Sensual Healing Oracle, and I love this because she's even got a photo of herself on this and on some of the cards as well. And she's left 3 cards blank. So I've created Twin Flame Connection, Divine Love, Higher Learning, Higher Consciousness, and Angel Protection, Divine Timing and Intervention. And I love that. The angels really guided me to add those in there. So we're going to use this beautiful deck today by Cheryl. And I'm so blessed and grateful to receive this one. And this is the Journey into the Hidden Realms. So we're going to bring this tarot deck in too. And a big thank you to everyone who's been sending me PayPal donations and gifting me things from Amazon too. You know, I appreciate every single thing I receive. And it just, you know, it really boosts the channel as well when we use different cards. So we're going to use these right now. And to check in with the energy of the connection, I feel a lot of excitement around as we move forward into this new week. You know, what does it hold? What's coming in? Especially with this new moon that's coming in tomorrow. It's bringing in this energy where things are building. And that's the energy of May. You know, it's about building foundations, strengthening bonds. And that's what this new moon is going to bring in. And it's so powerful because when I shared yesterday the weekly reading and we got to the part for Twin Flames, 3 cards came out. You were on the right path in 3 different decks. And the angels just blow me away like that. And you're always receiving signs and symbols and synchronicities and things that blow your mind too. So at the end of today's reading, I'm going to share a testimony from one of our amazing soul sisters, our divine feminine here. And I'm going to share a couple of testimonies about signs you receive. And I feel this is just a beautiful way of sharing what we all go through and, you know, that we are in this together and that we are human beings, even though we are having this spiritual experience and we all go through the hard times too. And it's really important that we kind of register when we receive these signs and, you know, we realize that we are all one. So it's a really good way as well of us getting to know each other and come together. So I'm going to use today to see what the energy is of the connection, the Divine Masculine 101. And then I'm going to bring in the Divine Feminine 101 for the feminine energy and the Divine Masculine, the silence for the masculine energy. And it doesn't matter if you're in communication or if you are in separation, it is silence. This will give you a taste of what energy they are feeling today. So let's do this then. So thank you, angels, because every day I'm shuffling. So what's the energy around the connection today, please? What's the energy around the connection? I'm going to see if I can get a few cards coming out here. What's the energy around the connection? There we go. What's the energy, please, around the Divine Feminine today? What's the Divine Feminine thinking or going through today or feeling? Thank you. And what's going on with the Divine Masculine? Wow, straight out there, what's going on with the Divine Masculine? Couple of cards coming out for each deck here. Okay, let me grab this one under the table. Okay, when I grab this one, it feels like hard work because I'm reaching. So it feels like the masculines are reaching for something today, reaching for answers, reaching for solutions, reaching for you. you know, wanting to show you their love. So it's like they are moving into this energy of action. So let's shuffle the other cards and then we're going to put it all together. So thank you, angels. What's the energy around the divine feminines today, please? What's the energy around the divine feminines today? Thank you. The energy around the divine masculine today. Ooh, jumped out. And the energy around the journey. Wow. Super powerful. And, you know, if you are new to the channel, you know, every day I do a daily twin flame reading because even though time is illusion, it all flows into one. It's very interesting to see, you know, how the energy is shifting, changing, how the masculines are feeling, growing, what you're learning as well. You know, and it just keeps you strong and focused on your path too, and it gives you strength. It's really beautiful. And we always do here as well daily angel readings. You know, we do energy to connect you with the day itself. So if you're going through anything in your personal journey, your career or your home life, it gives you a booster about how to handle the day. So what do we need to know for the feminine? This is with Cheryl's deck. It's really powerful. What do we need to know for the feminine? Wow. I love it when, you know, this is about energy. And I'm going to use all these cards that have fell out here. You know, I tend to do this with my decks. You know, if anyone's got one of my decks and they all jump all over the place, it's the energy of the creator. You know, the creator has created this deck with love and power and passion. And that energy kind of goes into the cards. So when you're connecting with the energy, you know, especially if it's like a twin flame deck or a healing deck, you know, it just jumps out because there's so much to be said. So what's the energy for the divine masculine today, please? And the energy for the journey. I feel that one's for the masculine as well. And the energy for the journey. What's going on for the journey, please? What do we need to know for the journey? Thank you, angels. There we go. Amazing. So I'm going to use these cards. We may use more cards. I'll see how we go. But remember, we're doing a testimony at the end. And I want to do, you know, separate focused readings today. Okay, angels saying just breathe today, be in the moment, take each moment as it comes, don't rush anything, force anything, live in joy, you know, enjoy each moment and really feel the power of the love. So for the energy of the connection today, look at this, you've turned me on so much. So a lot of chemistry around you guys today. You know, this is letting you know that, you know, it's not just a spiritual connection, it's a physical one too. You know, and you turn them on in every way because it's like when the feminine and the masculine come together, a big light goes on, not only within you, but within, you know, the world because you've come together for a reason. So you turn each other on. So it's you turn each other on to the truth, you know, to the spiritual aspect of who you are. You turn each other on to the mission and why you've come. You turn each other on to your muse and, you know, being this inspiration, this guiding light to be a leader. So it's like you turn each other on to who you truly are. So this isn't just about the chemistry and the attraction, which is absolutely there, but this is also about turning on the inner light within you that shines your light and taps you into your true self and all your psychic gifts and, you know, your intuitive being. Very beautiful. You were the only one who has ever really mattered to me. And that's so true. You know, people come and go, situations happen, but you were the only one that has ever really mattered. You know, this is why you keep coming back together because, you know, you can't live without each other's love. Well, you can, obviously, but, you know, you need each other. And there's a difference between need and need. And I spoke about this the other day. So need is like that desperate energy where you're forcing things to happen. You know, you're kind of pushing it all the time or forcing it or, you know, expecting it in, you know, a way that's very conditioned. And that never works in the connection. It just pushes the connection further away. But when we need it in a very loving, very calm way, we desire it because we understand the connection will grow us and enhance our life, but we're not desperate for it. Because we're loving our life anyway. You know, we are living in our power anyway. It's more calm and relaxed and then there's no need to run away. You know, so automatically the masculines will snap back into place with you because it's like this magnetic love. It's very beautiful, very powerful, very strong. So you are all that's really ever mattered. So this is about that knowingness of that. And that's why nobody else comes close. You know, no other person, no karmic situation or, you know, a person, even if you've been with that person for years and years and years, and you've got history with that person, you know, you've got kids with that person, just one moment with your divine masculine or your divine feminine kind of blows everything else out of the water. And that's why sometimes it's so hard for other people to grasp it, because, you know, if they've just kind of had a happy soul teacher relationship and they can't grasp the fact that, you know, this is such an intense love. You know, people may say, oh, you've only known that person for 5 minutes. You know, why do you feel that way? How can you feel that way about someone you've never met in person? How can you feel that way? And it's because, you know, it's not meant to be kind of explained. It's meant to be felt. You can't really understand it unless you are in it. And that's why it's very hard for people who aren't in a twin flame connection to understand the twin flame connection. And that's why there's so much intensity around the connection. And as a feminine, it's something we kind of understand on a very deep level. And this is why the masculines take their time. And we've got, I'm so proud of who you are. What a beautiful message for the connection. I'm so proud of who you are. So this is about you both respecting each other and being proud of how far you've come and giving yourself credit for what you've achieved. So think about your life right now and how far you've come, you know, how strong you are, how much stronger you are than yesterday, how you're easier now with dealing with things. You know, you're better at dealing with things. You're more equipped to handle things. You've got more knowledge and wisdom. You're more powerful. You're living in the light. You're more positive than you were. And it's because you're tapping in with your true self. You know, you're following right guidance. You're listening to heaven. You're trusting your intuition. And most importantly, you're trusting the way you feel, which is always real. So be proud of who you are, because your divine masculine certainly is proud of you. You know, and when you're living your power and living in your light and doing you, that's when they are the most attracted to you. You know, and they're the most kind of guided to you because there's no pressure there. You know, the masculines struggle with pressure. You know, they get pressure in their physical world. They get it from maybe their karmic partner. They could be getting it from their boss, their family, and most importantly, their own self, because they are also pressuring themselves to make changes. So when they feel pressured, they go and hide, they run away, they can't cope. You know, they may say things that hurt the feminine because they just need to get away in that moment. But when you're living your bliss and following your truth, and you're not as focused on them because you're focused on yourself, and that doesn't mean you have to release the connection. You know, it means that you are just enjoying the connection. You're not forcing anything. You're trusting in divine timing. They're very attracted by that because it's that, you know, kind of attraction like a moth coming into the flame. And you are the flame divine feminine, and the masculine is kind of the moth. So be proud, and be proud of your masculine for changing for you, you know, and wanting to change for you and growing up for you and maturing for you and going through their karmic battles for you. Because they are, and they are healing, growing and learning. So this is about being proud of each other, respecting each other, and realising that great things take time, but it's worth it. Because you both want to do it right. You don't want to create a mess. You know, so give it the time it needs. And, you know, you both turn each other on. For the feminine today, yeah, look at this. This is so beautiful because, you know, they've guided me today to do some testimonies about signs. I see signs about you in the films and the shows I watch. Even the adverts remind me of you. So powerful. You know, and you may be like me, you might love watching shows. You know, it may be your thing. You know, me and George love to do that, and I get loads of signs in the shows I watch, the films I watch. You know, you may not like watching things. You may like reading a book or, you know, doing something else, but you'll always receive signs. Even in the adverts, you know, that's why I leave the adverts on the videos, because there's so many signs. And every now and again, I'll go on to my other channel, Pixie Power Tarot, and I will choose one of my videos and I'll watch it all the way through. Because I like to see what adverts you see. And maybe not every single advert will resonate with you, but there'll be something thrown in there. You know, there'll be something in there because the universe conspires to make things happen. And the universe is always showing you, and it's so powerful, you know, when you see these adverts and, you know, number sequences or a certain message that comes through or a name or just something about your journey, about moving forward on your journey. It's so beautiful. And one of our soul sisters sent me a picture today. Let me just grab it, okay? one of our soul sisters sent me a picture, and it was this, okay? The future needs new thinking. The future needs new thinking. This is something she received in the post in a very special way. But, you know, this is the future needs new thinking. So this is about changing your perception for the future of this connection. And as I'm saying it, I can hear some roadworks going on again outside. Okay? So again, this is about things being removed out of the way. This is about delays, you know, happening for a reason, and things are being brought up to the surface with the power of Archangel Nathaniel. So the universe is always speaking to you. You just have to be aware. You know, sometimes we don't notice because we're too busy overthinking, procrastinating, you know, looking on a phone that gives me fear, or going through fear, which is always being released. So you're always receiving signs. And the masculines do too, because you mirror each other. You know, you see signs that remind you of each other, that remind you that this is all real. Especially at those moments where, you know, you've had enough, you're ready to give up. The universe will bless you, but you must believe. And we've got, I am loyal to you, because no one even comes close to how I feel about you. Wow. And that's exactly what we've just said. You know, you were the only one who has ever really mattered to me. So feminine, you're saying to your masculine, no, I'm loyal to you, because no one else comes close. No one comes close to how I feel about you, because you turn me on so much. Physically, emotionally, spiritually, you are the one. So feminine, that's what you're expressing today. You know, and that loyal energy is power. And I love that because, you know, in the divine feminine and divine masculine messages of love decks that are created, that's one of the messages the divine feminine shares with the divine masculine. I promise you loyalty, because that's what they need. That's what they crave, because they've never really had that before. You know, they've never had that true loyalty before. Whereas the masculines promise the feminine union and communication, because that's what the feminine needs to know. So this is about the power of the love. For the masculine then, yeah, look at this. I'm still working it out. Give me time. Wow. I'm still working it out. So it's still taking time, because they're still working it out. They're still finding that solution. And their inner compass is guiding them. You know, when I actually picked the cards up off the floor, it felt like there was a lot of hard work, or, you know, reaching energy. So they're reaching. You know, they're reaching for the answers, they're reaching for the knowledge, the wisdom, the power, they're reaching for the confidence, the strength, they're reaching for you. You know, and they're so proud of you, and they love you. And it's like they're saying, please don't give up on me. Trust the love. You know, you were the only one that has ever really mattered to me. And I'm still working it out, but I'll get there. Give me time. So the masculine is saying, give me time. This is what I need. This is what, you know, will help to bring us together forever. Somehow I know that you will always be in my life. What a beautiful message. So today, this is a very heartfelt, loving, beautiful message as we start this new week. You know, somehow I know that you will always be in my life. So they're saying you're the only one who's ever really mattered. You're the only one who turns me on. You make me understand myself. And because of that, you know, I'm so proud of who you are, and I say thank you to you for loving me. And I know that you'll always be in my life no matter what. So that's that just knowingness. It doesn't matter how many times you move away from each other, the separation, no matter what's in the way. You know, you could be a world away. You know, you could have distance between you. There could be another person in the way. There could be a religious thing. You know, their own fears, insecurities, whatever is in the way of the connection. Even if it feels like there's nothing in the way of the connection, they're working out how to change, how to be the person that you inspire them to be. And they're saying this to you, you know, somehow I know that you will always be in my life. And that's a future projection. So the masculines know that you'll be together. Okay, it's really beautiful. So for the feminine energy today then, oh, wow, look at this. We've got the Four of Cups. So, you know, I really feel that's the feminine today. Look at you there, you know, being powerful, strong. And this is about releasing all of that energy where you may feel frustrated with things. Maybe you feel a bit bored, like it's all going round in circles, or, you know, you're not sure what's coming next. So this is releasing. And I feel this is healing that vulnerable side of you, and realising that wearing your heart on the sleeve the way you have, and being vulnerable and opening up and giving everything, it's not a weakness, it's a strength. and you've gained so much knowledge and wisdom and power through that. You've learned who you are, so this is about you realizing that, everything will be okay. You are on the right path, and everything is a stepping stone to union. We've also got the Six of Swords, and I love this because this is leaving the past behind. And this is the energy that came out yesterday. So I feel that this is a definite message about surrender. We've got this green energy for healing and heart activation and, heart expansion, seeing all with the eyes of love. And this is about embracing the possibilities, embracing the journey, embracing the true part of you that needs to be healed. So I feel this is you saying to yourself, okay, we've done a good job. You're speaking to yourself, you're being proud of yourself. Proud of how far you've come, proud of who you are, the person that you've turned into. Be proud of that and surrender the journey. Give it to heaven. Realize that in the confusion you heal. And we've got the Four of Swords, reflection. I love this because we've got blue butterflies there. And that's a great sign about, the healing of the mind. That's what I'm tapping in with there, because this card is about reflection, going over things, understanding, being proud of who you are, things revving up, things starting up. Just heard an engine then. And what I'm feeling is, this is the masculine communicating with you in the mind. So telepathic communication. I did a channel message a while ago, and butterflies came up for the way the masculine is communicating love to you. Really beautiful. So I feel if you're seeing butterflies today, it's a big sign of transformation and change. And it's a way of showing you that, they care. So this is a great sign. Even if sometimes you feel like you've got butterflies going on in your tummy, in your mind. This is a lot like, in the cartoons when you bang your head and you got all them things kind of going around your head. Sometimes it can cause confusion, this journey. But that's how you find your light. And I love this because, I shuffled this deck and I've got the 3 cards that are giving me fear that I chose, or I wrote on here, from this deck. So again, fear being released. So remember, everything is in divine timing. Everything is protected by angels. There is divine intervention going on. So it's all happening behind the scenes. It is a higher learning journey where we tap into our higher consciousness. So it's about learning to love, really love. Not just loving your twin, but loving your world and your environment and your life. Twin flame connection, divine love, and that's absolutely what it is. It's a divine love, it's a divine connection, divine power. And we've got kumquat for this, authentic presence. And I love this because, this deck, it's showing you there that beautiful kind of, is that a fruit or a vegetable there? They're showing it me like a tomato or a pepper. But obviously, I know that will mean something to someone watching. I'm not very cuisine-y. But obviously this is about the power of abundance and, the richness in your life. And this is about being you, authentic presence. So divine feminine, all you have to do is be you. Be the light. You are the lighthouse. You are, this kind of light that stands strong no matter what. So be you. That's being authentic. Following your bliss, following your heart, speaking your truth. Doing you, not caring what anyone thinks, not taking anything personally. And we've got go for a walk. So Cheryl is giving that guidance to you today, one of our soul sisters, saying go for a walk. Go in nature, feel the power of the earth and the air and the sky and, connect with everything. Connect with your own self, your angels, connect with your twin. So maybe go for a walk today. And we go for a walk on this journey. We can't run before we can walk. So again, not forcing things, relaxing, breathing. And we've got lepidolite crystal, helps with difficult transitions. Wow. So the angels are helping with any difficult transitions, moving you where you're meant to be, releasing the past, releasing any fear or negative emotion, forgiveness, releasing those kind of bitter things that have happened and all the pain. So as you transition into who you are, as a light worker, as this lighthouse energy, you are being protected and guided. And we've got, look at this, feel into your power. Love that. Love this deck. Feel into your power. So you step into your power by feeling. You feel the power of the love. You feel your emotion. You allow yourself to feel how good it is. And you also allow to feel, when you go through the pain. It's how you know you're alive. You feel and you experience and you grow. And you learn to observe what you feel. and understand it on a spiritual level. Why am I feeling this way? What is this showing me? What am I healing through this? So anything that triggers you heals you because you feel a certain way. You know, if you get squeezed, what comes out of you? That's what's inside of you. So it's a very feeling journey. So when someone says, you know, is this my twin flame? How do I know? It's a feeling. You know, I speak about this constantly. It's something you feel, something you know. So we're going to bring in, they're guiding me to do this intuitively here. So I'm going to bring in the divine feminine power messages and the divine masculine power messages. Okay, there they are. So what's the message then from the angels for you today? Divine feminine. What do they want you to work on today? Yeah, look at this. Love is the answer to all of your questions, okay? So today, love is the answer. So if you're working out, is it real? Does he feel this way? You know, how does he feel about me? And again, they're giving me fear. Feel the answer. Feel the power. You know, all this fear is illusion. They're giving me a lot of fear being released. So I feel today, fear is being transmuted in the divine feminine because you're feeling, you're allowing yourself to feel the emotion and you're observing it and saying, wow, isn't that interesting? And also remember the words you use have power. You know, so if you use words like shocking or cruel or, you know, abysmal, think of the words you use when you're thinking about your twin. My twin's been very cruel to me, or very, you know, he's treated me very badly. You know, all the words you use. Think about it in a different way. So look at the words you're using and say, okay, instead of saying my masculine has been cruel to me or hard on me or, you know, abysmal to me, say, isn't it interesting how my masculine has processed his emotions connected with me? Isn't it interesting that he reacted in that way and treated me in that way? So you start looking at it differently, so the word dissipates. So it doesn't sound as harsh. And if you say this is shocking, you know, this journey is shocking, instead of saying that, say this journey is so illuminating. This journey is so interesting. You know, this journey is mind-blowing, you know, which is better than saying shocking, because when you say shocking, your whole body kind of goes into, you know, fear. So you learn to understand what words mean and that they have power. So change the way you kind of, you know, see the situation, and then the situation will change. So another sign of changing your perception. For the masculines then, wow, we've got the 9 of Swords, and they show me the owl there. Now I love this because the owl is about wisdom. You know, and yesterday I shared that picture where we got the white stag and the owl, and this is about the masculines realising that they have a mission. So they are coming into the wisdom of this. And the 9 of Swords again is about sleepless nights, fear, panic, fear of the unknown. And what they're showing me here is all these branches. Okay, so they're kind of ready to pounce forward. So there's big sign about action and movement forward, but there's that fear there about making a mistake, you know, or being held back by something. So they're releasing, you know, the branches. It's like they show me a vision of Archangel Michael walking ahead of the masculine, chopping down the branches. So there's a way clear. So the way is being made clear. And this is the masculine gaining strength, courage and bravery to move ahead, to make a change. You know, it's only fear in their own mind that's holding them back. But again, I do feel a lot of like kind of isolation around the masculine, deep thinking, working out what to do. And that's why the masculine is saying, you know, I'm working out what to do, give me time. So this is why they need time, because they're working through their own fears. You know, they're working through these illusions. And we've got this, you know, helps with difficult transition. So it's a difficult transition for them to move away from their matrix world and what society says and what they've always done to live a spiritual, authentic life. And we've got Star Anise, confidence and intimacy. So they gain their confidence through the intimacy of the connection. You know, when you send love from your heart to their heart, you know, when you're tapping in on the 5D and you're feeling them, you know, and you're just being you and being authentic and, you know, being in the energy of love, because love is the answer to all of the questions. So it's about having, you know, this compassion and swallowing your pride sometimes too, you know, and realizing that you don't need that apology. When you don't need an apology will come. And that's the truth. When you don't need your twin will come. It's all about letting go. It's surrender. And your masculine is always apologizing to you in the physical and the spiritual through, things you see, signs. So you'll see physically signs of an apology. You may hear a song that makes your heart just kind of go a bit boom, 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 because it's them apologizing to you. You may even see some sign that says that. So they do show you physically. Some masculines will come forward and apologize, but you see it too. And you understand it spiritually. It's this knowingness that you're both innocent and spiritual truth. So it's the intimacy and the power of the love that gives them the confidence they need to move forward. And we've also got use carnelian to recharge the sacral chakra. So there's a lot of recharging going on for the masculines, taking the time to kind of recharge their batteries so they can come towards you and show you love and, give you a stable environment, because that's what they want. And that's what this new moon is bringing in, because there's this kind of stability energy flowing in, building the connection, making it strong. The bond is strengthening. And for the journey, look at this, we've got the world. So it's happening now. The world is connected with this energy now of 2021. So the world is in your hands. You can have, be, and do whatever you desire. And a lot of healing energy in this card too. A lot of desire, because, she's kind of like, she's not naked, but she's showing off that area of kind of, the chest area, which is very, healing to the masculine. So a lot of healing energy in this card and a lot of beauty. And this is also about the way that the feminine turns the masculine on. A lot of chemistry there. And we've got the Ace of Cups too, connected with the love being reborn. So this is kind of everything coming together, newness flowing in, magic. And this card symbolizes June, and that's where we're heading. And the sea lion is showing you, this kind of rising up, standing up, starting to trust, to have faith, to believe, to stand tall. And we've got cinnamon, restore sexual harmony. So there's a lot of chemistry in this reading today. Okay, and we've got the EO there. That actually may mean something in letters E, like my name's Elizabeth. So there may be some kind of E there. I feel energy, excitement, the power of the connection. And you could have a name. They're giving me the name Oscar just coming through there. So there could be a name. It could be about, they're giving me the word onion. So obviously onion things fall away in layers. This journey will make you cry as you peel the layers away, power, but this is showing you here. I mean, obviously, I'm sure this is about some, like, ooh! Oh my God, there's something in here. Hang on a minute. There's a wasp in here. Give me a sec. That's connected with anger. Oh my goodness, that was a comedy moment. So George just had to come in to get the wasp out of the house, because I have got a little phobia about wasps, and I feel that's connected with a past life and, something that I went through. So obviously, we all have these little fears. And, because I tapped in with it on this card, we've got restore sexual harmony. This can also be connected with anger. So I feel that wasp was a real sign of anger. So the masculines could possibly be angry today. And the way they are healing that anger is through, sexual energy. They do that a lot. If they're feeling angry, frustrated, they feel very horny. So I feel the masculines here connecting with the feminine big time in that way, especially with these cards coming out. We've got all this kind of chemistry between you, the fire, the power of this connection, the authenticity of the love, feeling this intimacy, the confidence in the intimacy. And that's what turns them on. And that's the start of the reading. How much you turn each other on. So if you see a wasp today, a lot different than seeing a bee. Okay, bees are connected with communication, miracles coming into the connection, but wasps are connected with anger, and frustration and healing that. And I feel that's a big part of what the masculine is healing today too. Very powerful. So, I hope I give you a laugh there running off the way I did and screaming, because, sometimes we have to scream things out. And screaming is also a great way of healing. And I talk about that in a video in the playlist about scream therapy, healing through screaming. So if there's all fear that's being released today, if you feel like you've got anger within you, there's anything you want to release, have a good scream. And it will clear the airway, it will clear everything out of you. So fear today can be released through screaming, and it will release any anger or fear. Very powerful. So let's do a message for the masculine today as well. So what message has the masculine been shown from heaven? We've got, if you believe it, you can achieve it. Very powerful. So this is about the masculines believing it. Okay, they have to believe that they can achieve it, that they are capable, that they have the power. So this is why they need time. And the masculine is saying to you, somehow I know that you will always be in my life, but I am still working it out. I'm still working it out. Give me time. I'm believing that I can achieve this. And you are on the right path. Wow, I've got angel bumps, because that's the message that came out 3 times in the weekly reading. You were on the right path. So the angels are showing this here. You can change your life. So divine masculines, if you're watching this, you are on the right path. Everything that you've done so far has been for your soul growth and for the growth of your divine feminine. But now's the time to change. You can change your life. You are capable. If you believe you can do this, you can. And we've got trust yourself. You must trust yourself. So divine masculine, trust yourself that you can make a change. Okay, that you can change your life. Trust yourself today, because you have that power. So beautiful. Wow. So let's go to these testimonies then. So I'm going to go to my screenshots here, because I've screenshot some things. So I want to give a testimony first of all. And this is from our soul sister Lauren. She's a member on the channel. And she says, my twin and I reunited 3 weeks ago. Twice before he went back to Dubai. The angels brought in calmness, like Liz said. So obviously the angels brought this energy in to bring you together. They kind of brought in this kind of peaceful energy as well. So you both kind of weren't forcing things to happen. You just trusted the universe to move you where you're meant to be. And you reunited. So the universe created that divine intervention to move you together. So the angels brought this in. I haven't seen my twin in almost 8 months because he has been out of the country. So obviously there's been a country in the way. There's been some divide. There's been some physical separation. And our reunion was through art events with mutual friends. And it brought in physical communication. So obviously there was a divine intervention, that was created through helpful people. So helpful people came in to create this reunion. So remember, the universe will conspire to bring you together. It was graceful, effortless, and safe. How beautiful is that? Our entire connection changed while in separation. And that's because separation heals no matter how painful it seems to be. Our entire connection, not just a small amount of it, all of it. Though he cannot verbally express himself to me yet, and that's through fear, he will get there. So this is that knowingness as a divine feminine, that he will get there. And that's what he's saying. He's saying, I'm still working it out. Give me time. Somehow I know that you will always be in my life. That's why there's these divine reunions. That's why everything kind of falls into place. So energetically, I feel that all has been forgiven. So that's showing that you've done the work, you've healed, you feel that what were we even kind of arguing about, or why were we even, in that energy in the first place? Life's too short, forgive and heal. So energetically, I feel it's all been forgiven, and we are moving forward based on our light-hearted, friendly, playful, and touchy-feely conversations in the physical. So obviously, you're releasing the need for it now. They're forcing it to happen, surrender. So this is a big sign that you're in the surrender and the acceptance stage. I hugged him with both arms in a warm, loving embrace. We have never hugged, and telepathically told him I loved him and that we're going to be okay. How beautiful is that? And that's the energy the masculine needs from the divine feminine, that kind of intimacy. The power of the love. I was just looking for the card, but, it's that kind of intimate connection because they feel the confidence and intimacy. And that's exactly what that is, that 5D telepathic communication. I feel him going within again after our reunion, and that's because, he has to heal. He's trying to find a solution. He's saying to you there, I'm still working it out, give me time. When the masculines have been around the feminine, it's very bright. That's what they're giving me right now. As I'm actually looking into this phone, the light is very bright. And it's like the light is overwhelming. So he has to kind of readjust himself energetically. It was emotional for us, but it's time to move forward. And he is well aware of that. So he's aware that he has to make a change. And this is where the angels are saying here, you can change your life. Trust yourself. He will return from Dubai late June for 6 weeks. I'm still blocked on social media, but that's a blessing. So you're seeing this as a blessing. I love this divine feminine here because, she's seen everything on this journey in an optimistic way. She's realizing everything is bringing in healing and power, and movement and change to bring vitality into the connection. I'm still blocked on social media, and blocked is not a bad thing. Okay, because when you're blocked, it means the processing, the finding solutions, the working things out. But that's a blessing, and I'm 100% okay with that until we are in full union. What a beautiful message. So, what she's doing here, Lauren has completely kind of accepted and surrendered to the outcome and give it to heaven, trusting in this divine intervention. Very beautiful. And then we've got Lilia, one of our other soul sisters here, commenting. I wanted to give you this message as well because it's about the signs. Funny you mentioned tattoos. So obviously yesterday we had a message about tattoos. In December 2019, my angel spoke to me about the unity of all creation, which led me to design myself a tattoo that depicts the essence of life for me. Wow. And, that's really beautiful and powerful and strong, So the angels gave you guidance about the unity of creation, the unity of life, and, why everything happens the way it does, that we are one with all things. I got the tattoo done in 2020. And remember, that's this big, significant year of enlightenment and change with the pandemic and everything that went on. And my twin flame saw it in a picture I sent him and fell in love with it. So obviously, he sees you in that and he understands on a deeper level, a very deep psychic level what that is. Also this morning I was given the song by Bob Marley, Don't Worry About a Thing. So again, the universe there brought a song on. And I feel that was coming from his higher self, from your angels and guides, saying, don't worry about a thing, you're okay. And wait, there is more. A spider, which signifies universal power and trust in the universe. A spider has spun its web against my window and has laid her eggs there, symbolising a new life. And I love how you guys answer your own questions. Sometimes you don't even realise you're doing it like you may ask, for guidance, but it's already in there. Symbolising a new life. And eggs are about rebirth, incubation period, preparation for union, releasing any fears, new beginnings, and of course the 5, 7s and 4s. 5s are about change, 4s about angel protection, and 7s are about manifesting, coupled with the 1s and the 3s. And I love that you've put couples, because, this is about couples, that partnership, that divine love, that higher understanding. And 1s are about new beginnings and 3s are about faith. And these are all confirmation of being on the right path. So another sign there, because, we've got on the right path here. So powerful. Okay, this new beginning and angel guidance in accordance with my higher purpose, which is that love is the answer to all of your questions. So thank you, Liz, for being an earth angel, and thank you, angels and ascending masters, for always guiding me. Gratitude there, healing, bringing in the power of the angels and the ascended masters. And I'm also moving cities. So there's also movement energy coming into your life. So a big sign there about how the angels guide us, and it's the knowingness of what that is. And then we've got Crystal here. I pause this to add that Roller Coaster song to my playlist, the old ones. That's Roller Coaster of Love, okay? I don't know who sings it, so I clicked on the preview for one that I thought may be older. I clicked on Roller Coaster by Danny Vera. The preview line is, I will always be around. Look at this, I will always be around. And the masculine saying today, somehow I know that you will always be in my life. I will always be around and I will find my way back home. I'm still working it out, give me time. How powerful is that? I've got angel bumps. Wow, not that one I was looking for, but the one I was supposed to hear. And Archangel Shamuel will always help you to find what you were seeking. For the record, Love Roller Coaster by Ohio Players is the one I was looking for. So this is about trusting that, everything has a reason and a plan. Any diversion is growing your soul. Okay, and then the last one we've got here, which I really want to share. Actually, I've got two things to share here. We've got Giovanna, okay, our amazing soul sister Giovanna. So she's put to observe the stages, and this is about the stages, that video I did the other day, the 5 stages of union. To observe the stages, the moving forward constantly, even though emotionally as healing and releasing happens, it doesn't feel like it, but it's moving forwards always in the energetic unseen realm. So she's reminding you here that even when you can't see what's physically happening, it's always happening behind the scenes with divine intervention to later manifest in the physical. Understanding the spiritual, energetic mechanics of the twin flame purpose and stages of the journey helps when going through a learning lesson healing loop. Repeats of learning healing loops like deaths and rebirths within the connection. So that's why sometimes things can seem to re-loop, or happen again and again, and it doesn't maybe seem that it's going to happen. It's like a carousel going around and around, and then eventually, when it's the right time, that horse will jump off the carousel like in Mary Poppins, where they're on the carousel going round and round, and then Mary Poppins creates some magic and the carousel jumps off. And, when I was watching a video of one of Katy Perry's songs not long ago, where she was in concert singing one of her songs, there was a carousel and exactly that happened. So it's amazing how the universe guides you and shows you signs. Twin Flame Soul Tribe community is soothing sustenance for the journey. And that's so true. That's why you've been guided here to connect with everyone. And I love our soul family. I love how we all are there for each other. And, I kind of pride myself on making sure that I read the comments. I may not reply to every single one, but I do read them. And, that you guys help each other and say hi to each other. It just warms my heart, I feel very blessed to learn about the journey through the Guided by Angels community. And that's, the fear's being released, to help to release fear. And that's all of us here. That's knowing your worth and your power as a leader. When I apply the info and tools, it works. So she's saying it works when I do it, when I apply. Because remember, we have to apply it. We have to do the work. It's okay hearing the guidance, but not actually putting into practice doesn't really change anything. So when I apply the info and tools, it works. I see changes and I experience shifts, learning new things all the time, understanding the bigger picture, keeping on going a little a day goes a long way. Keeping on a little a day. So in other words, taking your time, relaxing, breathing. It's so beautiful. So the angels want you to know that. That is the last one I've got there. So the angels want you to understand that everything is aligning for your higher good. And you're being shown, even when a wasp flies it, there's a reason, to release anger, to release frustration, to release that need for it now. And that's what the 4 of Cups is really suggesting to you, wherever that card has gone, to release the need for it now, to release any frustration or, anger or jealousy or any pain that you're going through. Because love is the answer to all your questions, and that's what matters. I hope this helps. Have a great day. Sending you so much love, and I'll see you soon.